Hey Preston, does Mom want us to work on the sandbox or change the brakes on the Fiesta?
The Fiesta.
Alright, fine. We'll cue the intro first. Welcome back to the adventure. Preston and I are back in the garage. And this little guy just got back from summer camp and he wanted a mohawk. So he's sporting a mohawk. It is extremely hot in the garage today, as always. Here in Arkansas, that's just the way it is. Preston, what are we going to do today?
Work on the window car.
Yeah, we're going to be working on our Ford Fiesta. And we need to put new brake pads on it. So we got about 75,000 miles and we have not changed the brakes once. So we're going to do that. Sandbox is over there looking all sad, wanting attention. So we've got Big Red over there, our handicap van. That thing is a gas hog. We get like 15 to 20 miles per gallon. The Sandbox gets like 12. So this here is our workhorse. It's our daily driver. It gets about 40 miles per gallon. So we need to make sure it keeps running. We're going to do things a little bit differently in this video. What are we going to do different?
I'm going to tell you what to do.
Yeah, so Preston's going to show me how to change these brakes. Now before you get too nervous, we actually changed the passenger side and I showed Preston what to do. And then Preston here, he's honestly watched probably every single car video on YouTube, so he's more of an expert than I am. But to make things interesting, he's going to be showing me what to do, or telling me what to do, and then we're going to do it step by step. Alright, to get started, Preston, what do you think we should do?
Raise up the car.
Raise up the car. Okay, should we do anything to the tire first?
To loosen it up.
Yeah, loosen the lug nuts. Alright, let's do that first. Alright, lug nuts are loose. Preston, what should we do now?
Raise it up now.
Raise it up? Okay, should we put the jack anywhere or somewhere specific?
Somewhere specific. On a spot on the frame.
Spot on the frame. Alright, let's do it. Got Grandpa's jack that we stole and don't ever plan on returning. Why do we want to be on the frame, Preston?
It's for it will actually jack it up.
Yeah. What would happen if we put it on like the rocker panel?
It would just smash it in.
Yeah. And we don't want to be making those kind of YouTube videos. Alright. So I have a jack stand. I'm going to raise it up until I can put this under there. So why don't we just want to use the jack only?
It's because it might fall down.
Yeah. There we go. Alright, Preston, we got the jack on there. We got a jack stand just in case the jack fails. I'm hot and sweaty. What should we do now?
Unbolt the wheel.
Finish taking the wheel off? Alright, let's do that. You want to hold that?
Yes.
Alright, I'm old. My back hurts. So I'm going to use my seat. One, two. Preston, what should I do with this tire?
Take it off.
Take it off and do what with it?
Put it underneath the vehicle.
Okay, we're going to put it under the vehicle. Why should we do that?
For the jack and the jack stand don't fall.
Yeah, so we're doing a triple precaution. If by some crazy instance the jack failed and the jack stand wasn't a good spot and tipped, the car would then fall on the tire, which would be about a 6-inch drop instead of a good foot. This isn't a step, but I recommend, especially if it's hot, get some Dr. Pepper.
And now we have to put WD-40 on the bolts.
WD-40 pins. Alright, Preston, so I'm having trouble reaching and seeing one of the bolts.
We need the light.
Well, okay, we'll get the light, but what would help to be able to reach this stuff?
A wrench.
Okay, I'm fishing here. So, do you remember what we did on the other side to make it easier to get to the brake caliper?
A light.
Well, the light so I can see better, but what did I do with the steering wheel?
I turned it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna turn which way? Passenger or driver?
The same. I mean different.
Yeah, different. So we're gonna turn driver. So you hold that. I'll reach in here. See how it's a lot easier to get to stuff now? Okay, we just put WD-40 on it. What's our next step?
Now we need to unbolt the caliper in.
Okay, undo the caliper, I agree. Okay. Pull these guys out. Okay, we just took out those bolts. What should we do now?
Now we have to take the caliper off and get a bungee cord to hold it up.
Nice, alright, let's do that. Can you hold this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom around, get our bungee. Oop. Preston, why do we want to suspend it with the bungee?
It's for it doesn't hang by the line.
Yeah, so we don't hang it from the line.
Actually, we need to undo the cap.
Yep, okay.
Can you hold
Here.
it?
This step can really be done at any point, but Preston wants to do it now. He wants to see if he can do it. Okay, turn it towards the passenger. You got it?
Yeah.
Is it loose?
Yeah.
Alright. Yep. So what was that you just loosened?
The brake cylinder fluid.
Yep. So by undoing the cap, we release the system from being pressurized. We can push in the piston. What do you think? Maybe go up to the spring?
Yeah.
That should work. There we go. Now, to be honest with you, would this damage our line?
No.
Nah, probably not. I agree. But better safe than sorry. Alright, this is out of the way. What should we do now?
Now we have to take the other thing off.
The other two bolts?
Yes.
Alright, let's do it. The other two bolts Preston are talking about is right there and right there. Those are 15 millimeters. There's one. That's two. Brakes are off. We're also we have new rotors, so what should we do now, Preston?
Take the old rotors off.
The old rotor off. Okay. So again, we live in Arkansas. We don't salt our roads, so rust isn't too much of an issue. So we should be able to just pull this off. Yep. Doesn't even need any persuasion. Out the old.
And with the new.
Okay, bud. So once I get this out, what should we do to it?
We have to spray out the the spray stuff was on it.
Yeah, exactly. Say that again?
We have to take off the spray stuff.
Yeah, because when it comes from the shop or the factory, they put a coating on there that keeps it from rusting. But that coating apparently does not play nice with your brake pad. Okay, so we have some brake cleaner. Actually, here, you want to spray it? Nice. Alright, good. So we'll wipe her down. Alright, press and clean the back, or the front. I'll give the back a quick spray. Ah, that was my hand. Sprayed my hand.
We don't clean the middle.
Nope, don't need to worry about that. Just where the brake pads will hit. Okay, what do I do with this guy, Preston?
Now we put it on.
Put it on and just set it up there for now.
Yes.
So Preston wants to compare the new pads to the old pads to see how bad these guys were.
Yeah.
So these have about 75,000 miles on them, and they're pretty much gone. We were starting to get some pretty good wobble when we braked. So take those out. Okay, the pads are out. What else should we do, bud?
Now we have to clean it.
Clean what? Is there anything else we need to take off?
We have to take those off.
Yep. Anything else?
We
Like
need
what
to
my
take
thumbs-
those off.
Yeah, we'll take out the old clips. You see the difference there?
Yes.
We were almost to the metal. Was there anything else we needed to
We
check?
have to take those off. The pins off.
Yeah. So you want to inspect them, right, to see if they are sliding back and forth?
Yes.
Now these are actually sliding back pretty good. Should we just put some new grease on them just because we got it here?
Maybe.
What do you think? Should we just put some for good measure?
Yes, because it's old.
Yeah, I agree. Let's just go ahead.
And put new.
Alright. So, what's this part, Preston?
The seal.
The rubber boot?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you pull down on the rubber boot, you can pry this out. So there's a little groove there that keeps the boot from coming off. And pull it out. So we'll go ahead and clean it real quick.
We're just gonna put it with the new grease.
Yep. This is just what I had on hand, is high temp grease. I don't know how hot these pins will actually ever get, but it's not gonna hurt it to use high temp. Do we need a lot, Preston, or just a little bit?
Just a little.
Yeah.
A lot goes a long way.
A lot or a little goes a long way?
A little goes
There
a long
you go. A little goes a long way. Alright. So we'll stick that back in. Pop back on. And see how much easier that bounces back now? Okay, this one's clean now. Do we just stick it back in?
We put more grease on it.
More grease, okay. Let's do that. Okay, make sure the boot sits. Yep, that's bouncing back now, nice and easy. Same with the other one. Okay, so these caliper pins are good. Do you still want to clean this up a little bit and do
Yes.
what to it?
And put grease on it.
So I grew up in Michigan, and Michigan salts the roads because of all the snow in the wintertime. So that just wreaked havoc on cars, like rusting like crazy. Like, so our Ford Fiesta is a 2017, and it's just like shocking that it's 6 years old and there's like no rust on here. So I'm sticking the grease on, like you said here.
Yes.
This helps. All right, what should we do now, bud?
Now we need to put the new pads on.
New pads in? Okay, we can stick those in there. Is it just the pads, or do they got something that goes with them?
There's something that goes with them, the thing that holds them in.
Yeah, the little clips. What do you got in there, bud?
Now we have the pads.
What do you think? Should this metal part be on the outside?
Yes.
Like this? Yeah, correct. And that is the part that the piston will push on. So these little clips, they come with these little tabs that I guess are meant to just hold it in place, but you got to push them down in order to get it started. Oop. Yep. Slide them over. Alright, there we go.
Now I have to push in the caliper.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. So let's set this down. Oh, my hands are so dirty. So, Preston, to push in this caliper. Hey, what'd you find? Did it come in with instructions that we
Yes.
never looked at?
Yeah.
Oops. Caliper, how are we gonna push that in? Or the piston.
We need to use one of the old brake shoes.
Yep. And what else?
A little, what is it called?
So the shape of a C?
Yeah,
A C clamp?
a sequence.
Yeah, okay. We got one of those. Let's grab it. Okay, following Preston's instructions, we got an old brake pad. I'll stick it there on the piston.
Yeah.
And then we'll take the C-clamp. Now, I'm not a big fan of C-clamps. They're just kind of tricky to hold on to. Ooh, don't drop it. Almost dropping it. Okay. So why is it, Preston, that we gotta push?
It's for the new when we put the brake shoes on for it to actually work.
Yeah, because the new brake pads are much thicker, right?
Yes.
So we gotta push the piston back so it can actually fit.
Yes.
Alright, there we go. Bottomed out. Alright. Okay, we just pushed in the piston. What are we doing now, Preston?
Now we're gonna put the new brake thing on.
So, which way do you think this goes? Like this?
Yes.
Like that? Look at where the pins are pointing. You think that's right?
No.
How about like this?
Upside down.
Like that?
It's this way.
This way? Okay. Well.
Brake wind up
Oop, oop, oop.
as well as we can get it.
Yep. As soon as I get this bolt started, I see? Ah, there we go. There we go. Tighten it all the way?
No.
No? Just to where it's snug?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What should we do now?
Put it on.
Put what on? This part?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to line up this?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll stick that on.
Then you have to line up
The
It was that one.
Nope. Wrong way.
We want to go away. Now we are gonna have to snug it down to the number they want it to.
Yeah, right. So we just got it snug right now. And we need to torque it down to spec. Oh, it's so hot. I love Arkansas. We need to get air conditioning in this garage. Here, you want to take that?
Yeah.
Okay, we are now going to tighten these back up to 50 foot-pounds. Okay, that's at 50. Next step should be wiping the sweat off my face. Are you sweaty?
Not as much.
Not as much? Well, we are almost done. The bolts that go in the Caliper pins, they go down to 12 foot-pounds. My torque wrench is in inch-pounds, so you need to convert foot-pounds to inch-pounds. So if you're going from foot-pounds to inch-pounds, you gotta multiply by 12. So I'm going 144. Do this left-handed. No, no, come back. No, get over here.
I guess that.
Okay, don't do that. That's not a step. Dropping the socket is not a step. Let's get this on there without falling. Alright, there's my clicky click. Top side now. There's my clicky click. Alright, Preston. What's our next step?
To put the tire back on.
Yeah, that sounds like a good step to me. Let's put the tire back on. I'm gonna straighten the wheel just so that we can get to it easier. Alright, our safety tire's back. Yeah. The problem is our hubcap doesn't want to stay on anymore.
It's broke.
Yeah, so trying to keep that on at the same time is proven to give me
Let's see it. It would be be nicer if these were real rims.
Agreed. Alright, so if we just get this started, that the tire doesn't fall off, that would be... Preston, what would happen right now if we tried torquing it?
It wouldn't work.
Right, it would just spin, right? Yep. See how it just spins the tire? So what do we do instead?
We lower the car down.
Lower the car down. Preston thinks we should lower things. I concur. Should we let this down quickly with the force of 1,000 suns? No? Slowly?
Yeah. Just have to do it slowly at first.
Yeah, that wasn't very slow.
Now we have to tighten it to 100. Now we have to put the cap back on
That down there tight.
as tight as I can get it.
Good. Okay. So now, Mr. Buddy.
Now we have to do an oil change, but we
Nope.
have to back.
We got one more thing left to do with the brakes. I don't think we talked about this.
Now we have to do the brake testing.
The brake pedal. We got to pump the brake a few times.
Yeah.
So basically the point of this is to just get the pistons to push the brakes back to the rotor if there was any gaps when we put them on. Alright, Preston, it's getting late, so I think we're gonna call it good. So excellent job on showing me how to change the brakes on our Ford Fiesta. That's gonna wrap it up for this one. Until next time, ciao. Good job, buddy. You did great.
Artlist.io